Penta debuted in WWE last night, and his merch actually went live during the middle of the day, and I saw a great theory as to why. So, if you guys like kind of remember, I think there was scuttlebutt that they actually got pushed off that first debut Netflix show. Like they were really gonna set the matchup there, but somebody probably like auto set that to like release that tweet like a week later after he had already debuted. But since like they just moved the match, nobody ever thought to change it, so that shit just came out anyway or whatever. I thought that
Mm,
was a great theory.
mm.
But yeah, I saw this, and man, James, when Pentagon walked out, his music sucked. Like
I heard a bit of it. It sounded like generic Def Rebel bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, it was very bad. Pour one out for the Mikey Ruckus Lucha Brothers theme. That shit's a classic.
Yep.
But yeah, he looked like refreshed, happy to be there. Got a great reaction. They shot off all the fire and pyro and everything like that. Gets in the ring. He's wrestling Chad Gable. It was a decent match. It's pretty much a match designed to show like like the 5 big moves he's gonna do. Show his entrance to the crowd and show his taunts pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty slow kind of match. Like it was very
A
WWE
WWE
style.
match.
Yeah, it was like,
Okay.
look, man, if you were wanting like we saw the best of Pentagon already, man. So I hope everybody knows this. So, but they're reacting to him good. Like this was not some Shinsuke Nakamura day one performance where he goes crazy and then lays it down. This might have been as good as it gets for him. Like, and they let him have the mic after. He cut like an English and Spanish promo. His kids were sitting ringside. His wife was there. He was very emotional. They said a bunch of kind of funny things on commentary. Welcome to the big time. He said
Oh yeah.
Pentagon's
I
the
heard about
second
that.
greatest luchador ever.
What? What?
I was like, huh? I was like, so what happens when his brother joins the company? Does he like go down one? Like, how are we gonna handle
Well,
that?
Penta everywhere they were, he was pushed as the bigger star. So I guess you could say that, but you know how that is. Like that's nonsense.
I think they
Like
are.
also, like, come on now, like, I love the fucking guy. Like, I'm upset that he's there as opposed to a place that I actually would watch him more consistently. But like, are we just gonna pretend all of Mexican pro wrestling history? Like, it's not like he's El Santo for fuck's
Right,
sake.
right, right.
Like, can we? But it's their own historiology or whatever you want to call it. Like when they go out there and tell you that who was it? When they tell you that Tama Tonga, when he showed like he had classics with he had classics with evil. It's like, come on, man. Like, you making shit up. You ain't gotta lie. Like, he had great matches with people. Tama Tonga had great matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling with people. He had a great match with Okada. He had a great match with like Goto. You ain't gotta lie and mention evil for who for fucking what. You can mention Shingo Takagi. It's fine. No, he did mention Shingo. He called him Shinto. Remember that?
Yeah,
Mango
yeah.
called him Shinto. But I gave him a prize from that. I'll focus on who the fuck are you to be lying to us telling me he had great match with evil. No one has great match with evil. Lying ass.
I think something else with Pentagon too is I think they are making a slight mistake with him though. They were going on and on about how spectacular he is and everything like that. And he had he was getting used to the ring, I think, in there. Obviously you're going to ropes rather than cables. There was like a little mix up for him and stuff like that. I think just because they have just such a strict way of how they see luchadors, like
Mm-hmm.
I think it would probably serve them better to push him as more a brutal guy, like a guy that will hurt you and
Can
stuff
they
like
do
that.
that in WWE when they don't do blood and he's clearly
He'll
remember that
break
match
your
he had,
arm.
break your arm, will pull out railroad spikes and have a damn horror movie match with in it. You're like, yeah, they're not going to do that kind of stuff with him.
Yeah, like I think that is like a potential misstep for him. But man, you
Potentially.
you would have thought like this was
They
Hulk
they
Hogan.
should have said that spectacular talk for when Phoenix shows up. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, like you
Because
would have
when he
thought.
does that rope walk shit, they're gonna lose their fucking minds.
Yeah,
They're not gonna act like he walked ropes. They're gonna like he walked water.
yeah, absolutely. So they're selling these masks now for like $75, which is like,
And they gonna get it.
look, them people getting robbed. Like they robbed. Like you can get illusion. Like them masks normally go for way less than that, but they gonna rack up.
I will say this though. I don't know if you remember this. Like when EO first showed up, they were selling her masks on NXT, and them shits were going for like, I don't know, 50. They looked like shit. This one actually looks good. Like these masks actually look decent. So I, whatever. Because I would say this: like if I could have got an Io Shirai Queen's Quest mask for 70, and it was actually something looking something hell, if for 100, it looked like her actual joint, or someone approached her actual joint, says it's looking like some pathetic looking shit, I would have considered it. Not that one they were selling back then.
I got 3 masks for that price when I went to Mexico.
I know. Do we need to talk about the idiots that were making La Park comparisons?
Oh yeah, man. So I've seen multiple people saying like, yeah, this guy's just like La Parka or whatever, and I'm like,
this is not the chairman, brother. Sorry.
I like peace and love to La Parka. One of the great luchadors of all time. Like, love his work. Everything.
One of the greatest draws.
Like, love.
A draw so great, another nigga ran off with the gimmick, and also drew.
It's 2 La Parkas, yes.
Yes.
But like,
remember when the fake La Parka died, and everyone had to be assured that like, no, the real La Parka's still with us.
Yes.
The other nigga is the one that stole the shit is dead. Don't worry, the one you care about is still kicking. Remember that? That's how you know La Parka meant something to us.
So like, I never ever in my life equated Pentagon Jr. with La Parka just because.
Same. You know why?
Why?
Because the La Parka costume
is a skeleton.
A skeleton. Pentagon is just black and white. It's not a skeleton. I guess you could say like maybe the rib cage, maybe not even. But it's not even close to to a whole rib cage. Like it's just.
Yeah, I think he's like a vampire or a zombie or something. I don't know.
I've seen people say he looked like a skeleton of a pirate, and I'm like, okay, because of the mask, maybe I get that, but no, I've never made that comparison ever in my life, ever.
Yeah,
and I've been watching him for almost a decade at this point.
Yeah, there was an element when I was watching. I was like, huge fan of this guy. Was happy to see him, achieve like a lifelong goal of his. It sounds like or whatever. And they ended up interviewing Rey Mysterio later on about him, and I don't know how it's gonna work out for him in the long run. There, like, let's keep it a stack. Like, who's he gonna be with? Where's he gonna end up by WrestleMania? I don't know.
I will say this: out of all the mass luchadors I've seen in the One Nation Radio era, right? He's the one that I thought most easily translated to success for WWE, because he's the one that can slow down. He's the one that has the most charisma out of all of them. Not saying that they don't, because his brother is super charismatic too, but Pitts is one of the most charismatic wrestlers I've ever seen. In-ring charismatic wrestler I've ever seen in my life. And because of the Lucha Underground gimmick, like he has a brutality and a methodical nature to him that lends itself towards the slow pace of WWE. The way they could push and sell that arm break spot always was there. But it always came down to, do I think that Vince McMahon would ever push a Mexican wrestler that's not Rey Mysterio Jr.? It was always, I'll believe it when I see it. So, I think they finally got their best shot at it. We'll see what they do with it. Now, if he shows up at WrestleMania 41 and they on the Modelo special selling agua frescas, I'm going to be like, all right, well, at least I got to see him tag with Ray.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the best for him. He's part of my favorite tag teams of all time.
Yeah. One of the great, the rivalry with the Young Bucks, like there's going to be no more of those matches, for the time being.
For now.
And it's like I wish there was more closure kind of there. I wish there was more appreciation for those guys between him and his brother. I will never really know like what went down, to basically like get the plug pulled on him.
Look, bro,
There.
this shit's sad. We got Penta in WWE. We got Ray Phoenix. Basically, is getting just
chilling at the house.
Just sidelined, right? Just been hid from the world. And then we got Pac and fucking Death Riders. I fucking hate this. Like,
what simulation was this?
Look at my backdrop. I miss my trios team. This was my trios team. And it is all just split up. They just broke them all apart like pieces of fucking Voltron and scattered them across the fucking galaxy. Damn it.
Still got Alex Abrahantes around.
Yeah. But it ain't the same. It just ain't the same. It's like Prince Nada managing someone else past Swerve. It just ain't gonna hit the same.
Yeah. It was a decent match, gentlemen's 3 or whatever. But like, let's pump the brakes. I think people was acting like, Ric Flair just jumped promotions or something. I was like, all right, man, let's hold it down, man. Like, so he's probably gonna have a real nice run and make a bunch of money. So shout out to him.
Yeah,
and work way less. Well,
yeah,
not less because you'll be working house shows and shit. But
the funny part is gonna
taxing.
be like. The funny part is like when they gonna catch him like getting changed backstage and realize that man's ripped to shreds and he wearing a bodysuit. They would be like, "What the fuck, brother? Why are you wearing that bodysuit when you got abs?"
Look, man, that man wearing that bodysuit for preservation. So the days where he gotta wear that shit, it's like nothing ever changed.
Nothing's changed. Yep. I know that. You know that.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be like, "Hey man, take that shit off," and they're gonna try to sell action figures with him without the joint on.
Yep. So best wishes to Penta. In other news, Malachi